My own daughter looked me in the eye and said, "You're past your prime, Dad, game over." She stole my $33 million legacy and kicked me to the curb thinking I was just a washed-up old man. But she didn't know the secret my wife left behind, or the checkmate I was about to play that would flip her world upside down. If this hits you in the gut, hit that like button, share with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to join the fight for justice. Look, I'm no drama king, but when your own kid tells you you're washed up and steals your life's work, it hits like a freight train. I'm Edward Harper, 67, and I thought I had it all: a grand house, a legacy. I poured my soul into a daughter I raised to be my pride. But Vanessa, she had other ideas. She looked me in the eye and told me I was past my prime, like I was yesterday's news. That's where this mess starts, and trust me, it's one hell of a story. Back in '85, I'm grinding late nights at my consulting firm, building a future for Vanessa. She's my little girl, the one I'm saving for private schools, college, the works. My woodworking shop in the garage, collecting cobwebs, while I'm out there making sure she's set. Anna, my wife, she'd be home kicking my butt at chess every Sunday. Edward, she'd grin, sliding her queen, "You're too damn predictable." That sharp glint in her eyes, like she was playing a bigger game, should have tipped me off. But I was too busy being the provider, thinking I had it all under control. Now, 6 months after Anna's heart attack stole her from me, I'm rattling around our big house in upstate New York. The oak staircase she loved, the dining room where we threw Vanessa's birthday bashes. It's all I've got left. Grief's like a weight I can't shake, but I'm managing. Then Vanessa and Kyle roll up one Tuesday, no heads up, looking like they're auditioning for a Wall Street movie. Vanessa's got her perfect blonde hair, but her smile's sharp, like she's closing a deal. Kyle's in a suit that screams money, all fake warmth and polished teeth. "Dad," Vanessa says, sitting me down like I'm about to get schooled, "this house is too much now. The maintenance, the stairs, you're not a young man anymore." Her pity stings worse than a slap. I'm 67, not dead. I tell her, this is my home, Anna's home, the place we built together. Kyle chimes in smooth as snake oil. "There's a nice retirement place on Maple, Ed. No worries, just relaxation." He slides over a brochure with old folks grinning over bingo. I want to laugh, but Vanessa's got this nervous glance at Kyle like she's hiding something. Then she drops it. She pulls out papers, all official with seals, and says Dad Anna's will came through. She left everything to me. The house, the $33 million, all of it. My chest tightens. 33 million. That's my firm, my late nights, every sacrifice for our family. There's a mistake. I croak, my voice betraying me. Vanessa's eyes go cold, like she's been rehearsing. "No mistake, Dad. Anna knew I'd handle it better. You're past your prime. Move on, like I'm some has-been she's done with. I'm numb, trying to wrap my head around my girl, the one I carried at Coney Island, treating me like garbage." Kyle's packing my bags, 2 suitcases like 43 years, fit in a couple of duffels. He drives me to the Sunset Inn, a dive off the highway that reeks of stale smokes and regret. He hands me $200 like I'm a bellhop. "This'll tide you over, Ed," he says, eyes on the road. "You'll love the freedom." Freedom my ass. As he peels out, I watch my house. My house with Anna's rose garden fade in the rear view, and it's like my whole life's been yanked out from under me. I'm on this sagging motel bed, clutching Anna's locket, her initials under my fingers. Every guy my age gets told he's done at some point, but from your own daughter, it's a gut punch. Vanessa, the kid I gave everything to, thinks I'm worthless, a washed-up old man. Did I give her too much, spoil her into this? The shame burns hotter than the grief, and I'm wondering if I failed her somewhere along the line. Then, unpacking a note falls out of my suitcase, Anna's handwriting. My heart's racing as I read, "If you're lost, find Lawrence. Trust only him." Lawrence Bennett, her lawyer. What the hell? Anna knew something, saw this coming. That spark of defiance hits me. Vanessa thinks she's won, but Anna's left me a move to play. If you're feeling the knife twist of what Vanessa and Kyle did, hit that like button, share this with someone who gets it, and subscribe to see how this plays out. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm not out of the game yet. This is the story of how I went from a kicked-out dad to the guy who flipped the board, and it's one hell of a comeback. So here I am, Edward Harper, 67 years old, stuck in a Fleabag motel that smells like despair and cheap air freshener, trying to figure out how my life went to hell in a handbasket. My daughter Vanessa and her snake oil husband Kyle just kicked me out of my own house, claiming a forged will that says they get my $33 million legacy. I'm still reeling from Vanessa's gut punch. You're past your prime. Dad, move on. But that note from Anna, my late wife, telling me to find Lawrence, it's burning a hole in my pocket like a lifeline I'm clinging to. I'm down, but I ain't out, and this crummy motel is where I start fighting back. The Sunset Inn is the kind of place you'd avoid unless you're desperate. Flickering lights buzz like dying flies. The walls are so thin, I can hear the guy next door snoring, and the carpet's got stains that tell stories I don't want to know. I'm sitting on this sagging bed, Anna's locket in my hand, her initials under my thumb. Vanessa's words keep looping in my head, like a bad song, stuck on repeat past your prime. I built a damn empire, worked nights to put her through college, and now she's tossed me out like yesterday's trash. I keep asking myself, where did I go wrong? Did I spoil her too much? Let her think she could walk all over me? The shame's heavy, but it's the loneliness that's killing me, 7 years old, and I'm nobody's dad anymore, just a washed-up guy in a $49 a night dump. Then I meet Clara. She's in her 60s, sharp as a tack, with grease-stained hands and a no-nonsense vibe like she's seen it all. I'm outside staring at the parking lot, like it's got answers when she offers me coffee from a thermos. "Rough day, huh?" she says, her voice warm but not pitying. We get to talking and she tells me she's been at the Sunset Inn for months, ever since her son cleaned out her savings and left her high and dry. "Thought I raised him better," she says, shaking her head. But some kids, they just break your heart. Her story hits me like a brick. Here's someone who gets it, who knows what it's like to be betrayed by your own flesh and blood. You've got grit. "Edward," she says, eyeing me over her coffee, "don't let that girl of yours win." For the first time since Vanessa's bombshell, I feel a flicker of hope, like maybe I'm not alone in this mess. Clara's words light a fire under me. I'm not just gonna sit here feeling sorry for myself. That note from Anna. If you're lost, find Lawrence. Trust only him. It's gotta mean something. Anna was always 3 steps ahead, like she saw this coming. Why would Vanessa lie to keep me away from Lawrence, Anna's lawyer? What's she hiding? I drag out my old laptop, praying the motel's spotty Wi-Fi holds up, and start digging. The Sunset Inn's internet is slower than molasses, but I find Lawrence Bennett's office downtown, a 20-minute bus ride away. My $200 from Kyle's not gonna last, but I've got just enough for a ticket. I'm staring at the screen, my heart racing, thinking, what the hell did you know? Anna Vanessa thinks she's got me beat, but I'm starting to wonder if she's the one who's missed a move. Every step I take, I'm thinking about Vanessa and Kyle sitting pretty in my house. My house with Anna's rose garden, and that oak staircase she loved. The nerve of them acting like I'm some old fool who can't handle his own life. Clara's right. I've got grit, and I'm not done yet. I'm booking that bus ticket, spending what little I've got, because if Anna left me that note, she believed in me. And I'm not letting her down or myself. If you're feeling the burn of what Vanessa did the way she and Kyle tried to erase me, hit that like button, share this with someone who's been kicked down but got back up, and subscribe to see how I turn this around. This is my story, and I'm just getting started. All right, picture me. Edward Harper, 67 years old, stepping off a rickety bus downtown, clutching Anna's locket, like it's the only thing keeping me grounded. My daughter Vanessa and her slick husband Kyle just kicked me out of my own house, claiming a forged will that hands them my $33 million legacy. That note from Anna, "Find Lawrence, trust only him," got me out of that God-forsaken Sunset Inn and onto this bus, my last few bucks spent on a shot at answers. I'm still raw from Vanessa's words. "You're past your prime, Dad, but Clara, my new friend at the motel, lit a fire under me. She said, I've got grit, and damn if I'm not starting to believe her. I'm walking into Lawrence Bennett's office, heart pounding, ready to find out what Anna was trying to tell me. Vanessa thinks she's got this game won, but I'm about to flip the board. Lawrence's office is all polished wood and leather chairs, a far cry from the motel's flickering lights. He's in his 70s, with kind eyes behind wire-rimmed glasses, the kind of guy who's seen it all, but still gives a damn. When his secretary announces Edward Harper about his wife's estate, his jaw just about hits the floor. Edward, my God, I've been trying to reach you for weeks, he says, voice thick with surprise. Vanessa told me you were grieving abroad, some trip to clear your head. Abroad, I haven't left upstate New York since Anna's funeral. My stomach twists. Vanessa lied to keep me away from Lawrence, from the truth. Why the hell would she do that? What's she hiding? I'm gripping Anna's locket so hard it might dent, and I can feel the anger bubbling up hot and sharp. I tell Lawrence about Vanessa's bombshell, that forged will, claiming she got everything, the house, the $33 million, my whole life's work. His face goes from shocked to pissed in about 2 seconds flat. That's impossible, he says, pulling out a thick file with Anna's neat signature on it. Your wife's will is crystal clear, Edward, and it's notarized airtight. He reads it aloud, and I swear my heart stops. Anna left me the house, our house, with her rose garden and that oak staircase, and $23 million, 70% of our assets. Vanessa. She gets $10 million, but only if she treats me with respect after Anna's gone. Respect. That word hits like a slap, because Vanessa's done everything but. She failed Anna's test, and now I'm sitting here realizing my daughter tried to rob me blind. Lawrence keeps going, his voice steady but angry. That will Vanessa showed you. It's a fake, Edward. Sophisticated but fake. I'd bet my license it's tied to Kyle's financial network. Guys like him know people who can whip up documents like that. He's already on the phone calling the cops to freeze Vanessa's accounts, his hands moving like he's ready to go to war for me. I'm just sitting there trying to process it. Relief floods me. I'm not homeless, not broke, but it's drowned out by this white-hot fury. Vanessa didn't just betray me. She schemed, lied, and forged her way into stealing my legacy. My little girl, the one I stayed up late for helping with her college essays, thinks I'm some washed-up old man she can shove aside. And Kyle, that smug bastard, he's in on it, probably counting my money already. I'm staring out Lawrence's window, the city buzzing below, and my mind drifts back to Anna. We're at the kitchen table years ago, her chessboard between us. "A pawn can checkmate, Edward," she said, moving her piece with that sly smile. "It's not about where you start. It's about how you play." Her words echo now like she's still here, pushing me to fight. Did she know Vanessa would pull something like this? That note that will? It's like Anna saw the whole damn game coming. I'm not just some pawn anymore. I'm starting to feel like I've got a move left. Vanessa and Kyle think they've won, but they don't know I'm onto them, and I'm not rolling over. The anger's real, but so's the relief. I'm not crazy. Anna didn't leave me high and dry. She believed in me, set up that will to protect me. But Vanessa's lie about me being abroad, that's cold, calculated, like she wanted me out of the picture entirely. How the hell did she pull off a fraud this big? What else is she hiding? I'm looking at Lawrence, who's already talking about next steps. Police investigations, justice. And I feel something shift. I'm not just a kicked-out dad anymore. I'm a fighter. And this is my first move. If you're as pissed as I am about Vanessa and Kyle's betrayal, smash that like button, share this with someone who's been kicked down, but got back up, and subscribe to see how I take back what's mine. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm done being anybody's pawn. This is my comeback, and it's just getting started. All right, buddy, let me tell you, I'm back at the Sunset Inn, still reeling from the bombshell. Lawrence dropped my daughter Vanessa, forged a will to steal my $33 million legacy, but Anna's real will says the house and $23 million are mine. Vanessa's, "You're past your prime." Dad is still ringing in my ears, and I'm burning with fury and relief. But mostly, I'm wondering how the hell she pulled this off. Clara, my motel pal, keeps me grounded, telling me I've got grit, but I'm not feeling it yet. I'm just a 67-year-old guy in a dive motel clutching Anna's locket, trying to figure out what she was up to with that note, "Find Lawrence, trust only him." Now I'm about to stumble onto something that flips my whole world upside down. And trust me, it's a gut punch I didn't see coming. I'm sitting outside the motel, the neon sign buzzing like a bad headache, when I hear Vanessa's voice through the thin walls. She's on the phone in the parking lot, probably thinking nobody's listening. "I need more time," she's saying. Voice tight. "Kyle's in deep. $2 million in gambling debts, and they're not patient." $2 million. My jaw drops. Kyle, that slick bastard in his fancy suits, is a gambler who's in over his head. Suddenly, Vanessa's scheme makes sense. She's not just greedy. She's desperate, trying to save her husband's sorry ass. I'm pissed all over again, thinking about her sitting in my house, Anna's rose garden out back, while I'm stuck here. Did she think I'd just roll over some washed-up old man who wouldn't notice her stealing my life's work? Her cold, calculated move to forge that, well, feels like a knife, twisting deeper. And I'm wondering how my little girl turned into this. Clara catches me fuming and slides me another coffee. "Heard that, huh?" she says, her eyes sharp. She's been burned by her own son, so she gets it. Vanessa's running scared, Edward. That's why she's doing this. Scared or not, Vanessa's betrayal is personal, and I'm done sitting still. That note from Anna's got me thinking she knew something planned for this. Clara's got an idea. "Your house is empty tonight. Vanessa's at some fancy gala. Let's poke around." My heart's racing, but I'm game. We take her beat-up truck, sneaking to my own damn house like a couple of thieves. The oak staircase creaks under my feet, and I can almost hear Anna laughing from our old chess nights. I head straight for her study, a room she always kept locked, saying it was her thinking space. Inside, it's like Anna's still there, bookshelves her desk, that old chessboard. I'm rifling through drawers when Clara spots a panel behind a painting loose, like it's meant to be found. My hands shake as I pry it open, revealing a small safe. I try our anniversary date click and it opens. Inside, there's a stack of financial records, all cryptic numbers and names I don't recognize, and a USB drive labeled for Edward. My gut's telling me this is bigger than Vanessa's fraud. Clara's watching her mechanic's hands steady as she hands me the USB. Anna left you a breadcrumb trail. Edward, she says, follow it. Back at the motel, I plug the USB into my laptop, heart pounding like a jackhammer. Anna's face fills the screen, and it's like a punch to the chest. She's alive in this video, her voice calm but urgent. Edward, if you're watching this, Vanessa's shown her true colors, she says, her eyes piercing. I saw her greed growing her entitlement. I'm sorry I kept things from you, but my work was dangerous, and I had to protect you. Trust your instincts like I always did. Dangerous work. What the hell was Anna into? She was my wife, my chess partner, not some secret agent. I'm gutted not just by Vanessa's betrayal, but by Anna's secrecy. Did I miss something all those years, too busy building my firm to see who she really was? Worse, did I enable Vanessa's greed, giving her everything until she thought she could take it all? Guilt's creeping in heavy as the shame from that motel bed. But Anna's words, trust your instincts, light a spark. I'm not just a kicked-out dad anymore. I'm onto something. Vanessa's out there thinking she's won, but how did she pull off that forged will? What's she hiding behind those lies about me being abroad? I'm looking at Clara, who's grinning like we just cracked a safe in a heist movie. You're not done yet, Edward, she says. I'm starting to believe her. Anna left me this USB, this truth, and I'm damn sure gonna use it. If you're feeling the sting of Vanessa's greed or the weight of Anna's secret hit, that like button, share this with someone who's been burned but kept fighting, and subscribe to see where this trail leads. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm digging deeper, ready to turn this game around. Look, I'm Edward Harper, 7, and I'm still picking up the pieces after my daughter Vanessa and her sleazy husband Kyle tried to rob me blind with a forged will, stealing my $33 million legacy and my home. I found Anna's real will, $23 million, and the house are mine, and a USB that's got me wondering what dangerous work my late wife was tangled up in. Clara, my buddy at the Sunset Inn, says I've got grit, but Vanessa's not done playing dirty. She's coming at me harder now, and let me tell you, it's like a kick in the teeth. I'm fighting back, but she's pulling out. All the stops, lies, threats, even my grandkids, and it's pushing me to the edge. This is where I realize just how low she'll go. I'm walking back to the motel from a corner store, my last few bucks spent on a sandwich, when I run into Mrs. Delaney, my old neighbor. She's got this look like I'm a sick puppy. Edward, she says, voice all soft and sorry. Vanessa told us you're not yourself. Memory issues. Maybe dementia. My stomach drops. Dementia. I'm sharp as ever, but Vanessa's been showing folks forged medical reports cooked up by Kyle's shady financial contacts, claiming I'm senile. The pity in Mrs. Delaney's eyes burns worse than anything she used to bring over pies for Anna's garden parties, and now she thinks I'm some doddering fool who can't tie his shoes. Vanessa's not just stealing my money. She's torching my reputation, making sure nobody questions her taking my house. It's cold, calculated, and I'm so damn humiliated I can barely breathe. Then it gets worse. I'm at the bus stop waiting to head downtown when I notice a black sedan tailing me. The driver's this burly guy glaring like he's sizing me up for a coffin. My heart's pounding. Kyle's hired a private investigator, probably some lowlife from his Wall Street network, to keep me in line. I'm just a 67-year-old guy with Anna's locket in my pocket, and now I'm looking over my shoulder like I'm in some bad crime flick. Fear's creeping in real and heavy, but it's the anger that's louder. Vanessa and Kyle think they can scare me into giving up. They don't know me at all. I'm back at the Sunset Inn, still shaken, when Vanessa shows up, all dolled up, like she's headed to another gala. She's got tears in her eyes, but they're fake as a $3 bill. "Dad, I'm worried about you," she says, voice dripping with crocodile tears. "You're making this harder than it needs to be. Drop this, or you'll lose your grandkids too." My grandkids, Ellie and Max, the ones I took to ball games who call me Pops. She's using them as leverage, knowing they're my soft spot. I'm seeing red now, picturing her in my house, Anna's rose garden out back, thinking she can bully me with my own family. "Vanessa," I say, my voice low, "you don't get to play that card." She flinches, just for a second, and I see it fear. She's not as sure of herself as she acts. Clara's waiting for me outside, her mechanic's hands stuffed in her pockets. She's been burned by her own son, so she knows the score. She's scared. "Edward," Clara says, her voice steady, "she's pulling this crap because you're stronger than she thought. Scared Vanessa's living in my house, spreading lies, and now threatening to cut me off from Ellie and Max. All to protect Kyle's $2 million gambling debts. Her desperation's clear. Now she's not just greedy. She's cornered, and that makes her dangerous." But Clara's words hit home. I'm not the washed-up old man Vanessa thinks I am. Anna's USB, her note, her will, they're proof she believed in me, and I'm starting to believe in myself again. I'm sitting on that lumpy motel bed, Anna's locket in my hand, and I'm thinking about Ellie and Max. How far will Vanessa go dragging them into this mess? Will she poison them against me? Tell them their Pops is some crazy old man? The thought makes my chest ache, but it also lights a fire. I'm not letting her win. Not my house, not my grandkids, not my dignity. I'm holding on to Anna's words, "From that USB, trust your instincts," and I'm done being afraid. Vanessa's playing dirty, but I'm playing smart, and I'm not alone. Clara's got my back, and Lawrence is on the case. If you're as pissed as I am about Vanessa's lies, hit that like button, share this with someone who's faced a family betrayal, and subscribe to see how I fight back. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm not backing down, not now, not ever. All right, buddy, I'm Edward Harper, 67, and I'm in way over my head. My daughter Vanessa and her slimeball husband Kyle forged a will to steal my $33 million legacy, kicked me out of my house, and now she's spreading lies that I'm senile and threatening to cut me off from my grandkids. I found Anna's real will, $23 million, and the house are mine, and a USB where she warned about Vanessa's greed and some dangerous work she was tangled up in. Clara, my pal at the Sunset Inn, keeps saying I've got grit, but with Kyle's private investigator tailing me, I'm starting to feel like I'm in a bad movie. I'm back at Lawrence's office, gripping Anna's locket, ready to dig deeper. But what I'm about to learn, it's a game changer that flips everything I thought I knew about my wife, and it's got me wondering if I'm next in line for trouble. I'm sitting in Lawrence's fancy office, all leather chairs and polished wood, but I'm sweating like I'm back at the motel's broken AC. Lawrence looks serious, like he's about to drop a bomb. "Edward?" he says, "This is bigger than Vanessa's fraud. You need to meet someone." In walks Laura Carter, FBI agent all business, in a crisp suit, eyes like she's seen too much. "Mr. Harper," she says, shaking my hand firm, "I worked with your wife. Anna was an informant for us, infiltrating the Torino crime family for 12 years. My jaw hits the floor. Anna. My Anna who made meatloaf on Fridays and beat me at chess every Sunday. An informant. I'm staring at Laura, like she's speaking Martian, my heart pounding. The $33 million she goes on, it's legal earned through her cooperation with the FBI. Anna helped us track millions in dirty money, and she got a cut to keep her cover. I'm reeling, picturing Anna at our kitchen table, her sly chess moves now looking like clues to a double life. Laura's not done. We've got surveillance on the Torino family, she says, but they're still active. If you keep pushing Vanessa's fraud case, they might catch wind and come after you, come after me. I'm just a 67-year-old guy who built a consulting firm, not some action hero. Fear's clawing at me, but there's this other feeling, pure awe. Anna was out there playing a dangerous game, risking everything to do what's right, and I never had a clue. Did I miss it? Because I was too busy working, thinking I was the big shot provider. I'm gripping her locket so hard it hurts guilt creeping in. She was a hero, and I was blind. But her USB, her note, that will they're her way of protecting me even now. Vanessa's out there spreading lies about me being senile, using my grandkids as pawns, all to cover Kyle's $2 million gambling debts. Knowing Anna's secret makes her betrayal sting worse. She's not just stealing from me, she's spitting on everything Anna stood for. I'm still processing when Lawrence hands me something from Anna's file, a chess king carved wood tucked in an envelope from her safe. I remember that safe hidden behind her study painting, the one Clara helped me crack. Anna must have put it there, a nod to her pawn can checkmate lesson. My chest tightens, not just with shock, but with this fire she believed in me, saw strength I'm only now starting to feel. Vanessa thinks I'm some washed-up old man, but Anna knew I could fight back. Laura's watching me, her eyes sharp. We can protect you, Edward, but you need to decide how far you're willing to go. Decide Vanessa's got my house, my grandkids in her crosshairs, and now there's a damn crime family lurking. I'm scared, no lie, but Anna's chess king in my hand feels like a call to arms. I'm not running. I'm sitting there staring at that chess piece, and it's like Anna's talking to me. Trust your instincts, she said on that USB, and I'm starting to. Vanessa's playing dirty, but how far will she go? Will the Torino family really come after me if I keep pushing? I'm not just fighting for my money anymore. It's for Anna's legacy, for Ellie and Max, for every old guy who's been told he's done. Clara's voice echoes in my head. You've got grit, Edward. Damn right I do. If you're as stunned as I am by Anna's secret, or pissed at Vanessa's lies, smash that like button, share this with someone who's been underestimated but kept swinging, and subscribe to see how I play this next move. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm done being anybody's pawn. Okay, friend, I'm Edward Harper, 67, and I'm in deep now. My daughter Vanessa and her shady husband Kyle tried to swipe my $33 million legacy with a forged will, kicked me out of my house, and spread lies that I'm senile. I've got Anna's real will, $23 million, and the house are mine, and a USB where she hinted at some dangerous work. Turns out Anna was an FBI informant taking down the Torino crime family for 12 years, and that $33 million was her legal cut. But pushing Vanessa's fraud case could put a target on my back, and I'm already dodging Kyle's creepy PI. Clara, my motel buddy, keeps saying I've got grit. But when a real threat lands on my doorstep, it's like the whole damn game's about to explode. I'm back at the Sunset Inn, that dump with its buzzing neon sign and paper-thin walls, trying to wrap my head around Anna being some kind of secret agent. I'm clutching her chess king, the one I found in her safe, feeling like she's still got my back. Then I find a note slipped under my door, scrawled in black ink. Drop this or you're done. My heart's in my throat. Nobody but Kyle's PI could have left this. Clara's with me, her mechanic's hands flipping the note over, like it's evidence. "This is Torino family style," she says, her voice low. "My cousin ran with some bad folks back in the day, same kind of scare tactics. Torino. The crime family Anna infiltrated. I'm just a guy who built a consulting firm, not some mob target. Fear's gripping me hard like I'm one wrong move from real trouble. Vanessa's lies about me being senile were bad enough. But this is a whole new level of screwed." My phone rings and it's Vanessa, her voice shaky. "Dad, you need to stop," she says. No fake tears this time. "Kyle's debt's $2 million. They were with the Torino family. If you keep digging, they'll come for us all." I'm floored. She's admitting Kyle's in bed with these thugs, and she's begging me to stay quiet to save her own skin. She's sitting in my house, Anna's rose garden out back, thinking she can scare me with the same goons Anna fought against. "Vanessa." I snap. "You don't get to hide behind my grandkids or some mob to fix your mess." She goes quiet, and I can almost hear her panic. Her desperation's clear. She's not just greedy. She's terrified, and she'll throw me under the bus to save Kyle. I'm so damn angry I could punch a wall, but that fear's still there, gnawing at me. What if the Torino family does come for me? For Ellie and Max? I'm shaken when a woman approaches me outside the motel, Emily Reed, a journalist with Channel 7, all sharp eyes, and a notepad. "Mr. Harper, I'm hearing about a big elder abuse case tied to you," she says. "Can we talk elder abuse?" That's what Vanessa's lies and Kyle's PI add up to, and it's starting to get attention. My head's spinning, but I tell her I'll think about it. Publicity could help, but it could also make me a bigger target. I'm holding Anna's chess king, thinking about her words, "A pawn can checkmate." She believed I could outplay this, and I'm starting to believe it too. I call Laura Carter, the FBI agent, and tell her about the note and Vanessa's call. Laura's all business, her voice like steel. "Edward, that note's a Torino calling card, but we've got eyes on them," she says. "We can use this. Wear a wire. Meet Vanessa and Kyle, get them to admit the fraud. We'll protect you." A wire. Like I'm in some cop show, my guts screaming. No fear's real with that PI and Torino out there, but my anger's louder. Vanessa's using my grandkids, spreading lies, and now hiding behind mob threats. I'm done being her pawn. I'm in. I tell Laura, my voice steadier than I feel. Clara's watching, nodding like she knew I'd step up. "You're tougher than they think, Edward," she says. "Tough, maybe. Scared. Hell yeah. But Anna's chess king in my pocket feels like a promise I can outmaneuver this. I'm sitting there staring at that note, wondering if I can really pull this off. Can I outsmart Vanessa, Kyle, and a damn crime family Anna played her game for 12 years and won? Now it's my turn. If you're feeling the heat of Vanessa's betrayal or rooting for me to beat these odds, hit that like button, share this with someone who's faced down fear, and subscribe to see how I make my move. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm ready to play for checkmate. All right, buddy. I'm a Edward Harper, 67, and I'm walking into the lion's den. My daughter Vanessa and her sleazeball husband Kyle stole my $33 million legacy with a forged will, kicked me out of my house, and smeared me as some senile old coot. I've got Anna's real will, $23 million, and the house are mine, and a USB that revealed she was an FBI informant taking down the Torino crime family. But pushing this fraud case has me in their crosshairs, with Kyle's PI dropping threats like, "Drop this or you're done." Clara's got my back, telling me I've got grit, and FBI agent Laura Carter's got a plan, a wire, to trap Vanessa and Kyle. I'm standing in my own damn house, Anna's chess king in my pocket, ready to play the game of my life, and let me tell you, I'm pissed nervous and ready to flip the script. I'm back in my house for the first time since Vanessa threw me out, and it's like a punch to the gut. The oak staircase, Anna loved the dining room, where we threw Vanessa's birthday bashes. It's all here, but it feels like Vanessa's already claiming it her designer crap cluttering my space. They're sitting across from me, Vanessa with her perfect hair, and Kyle with a briefcase like he's some hotshot lawyer. Vanessa's got tears in her eyes, fake as a reality show sob story. "Dad, we want to make this right," she says, voice all soft. "We'll give you $5 million, and the house just keep quiet about Anna's crimes." Crimes. My blood's boiling. She's talking about Anna's FBI work, like it's dirty, trying to blackmail me with Lise. I'm gripping that chess king so hard it might snap. Thinking about Anna's sacrifice, her 12 years fighting real criminals while Vanessa plays victim. Kyle leans in, all smug, flipping open his briefcase with papers that scream, "Deal." "Edward, this is generous," he says like he's doing me a favor. "The $5 million clean, no questions asked." Anna's dealings, though, they're messy. I've got a contact in the Torino family who'd love to know more. My heart skips a beat. This bastard's not just in debt to those thugs for $2 million, he's cozy enough to drop their name to scare me. His arrogance acting like he's got me cornered makes me want to deck him. Vanessa's watching her fake tears gone, and I see it cold calculation. She's not crying for me. She's desperate to save Kyle's hide and their fancy lifestyle. They think I'm some washed-up old man who'll fold, but they don't know I'm wearing a wire tucked under my shirt courtesy of Laura. My nerves are shot, but I'm playing along, keeping my voice steady. $5 million, huh? I say, leaning back, forcing a calm I don't feel. That's a lot to keep quiet about Anna. Kyle smirks, thinking he's won, and Vanessa nods like she's being generous. "It's for the best, Dad," she says. "For Ellie and Max, too. My grandkids, her trump card, same as when she threatened to cut me off. It's a low blow, and it stings, but it also fuels my fury. They're sitting in my house, Anna's rose garden out back, thinking they can bully me into silence with mob threats and family guilt. I'm sweating under that wire, my heart racing like I'm in a damn spy movie. But I'm thinking of Anna's words. A pawn can checkmate. She played her game against the Torino family and won. Now it's my turn, and I'm not backing down. I'm staring at Vanessa, her eyes avoiding mine, and Kyle all cocky with his briefcase. And I'm wondering, will this sting work? Will Laura's team get what they need to nail these two? The Torino threat's real, and I'm no hero, just a guy who built a business and loved his family. But Clara's voice is in my head. "You're tougher than they think." I'm holding on to Anna's chess king, feeling her strength, and I'm ready to outsmart them. Vanessa and Kyle think they've got me beat, but they're about to learn I'm not the pushover they thought. If you're as fed up as I am with their arrogance or rooting for me to pull this off, smash that like button, share this with someone who's faced down a bully, and subscribe to see if I land this checkmate. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm ready to make my move. All right, buddy, I'm Edward Harper, 67, and I'm standing in my own damn house, the one Vanessa and Kyle stole from me with a forged will, thinking they could write me off as a washed-up old man. They've smeared me as senile, threatened my grandkids, and even pulled in the Torino crime family to scare me silent. But I've got Anna's real will, $23 million, and this house are mine, her USB warning of Vanessa's greed, and the truth that she was an FBI informant taking down those same mobsters. I'm wearing a wire thanks to Agent Laura Carter, and my heart's pounding like a jackhammer. Vanessa and Kyle think they've got me cornered with their $5 million deal, but I'm about to flip the board and land the checkmate Anna always knew I could. This is where I take them down, and let me tell you, it feels like sweet, sweet justice. I'm in my living room, the oak staircase Anna loved looming behind me. But Vanessa's designer junk is everywhere, like she's already erased us. She's across from me, fake tears glistening, playing the worried daughter. "Dad, we're giving you $5 million and the house," she says, voice all soft and syrupy. "Just keep quiet about Anna's crimes." Crimes? My blood's boiling. She's twisting Anna's heroism into dirt to blackmail me. Kyle's next to her, smug as hell, flipping open his briefcase like he's on some TV courtroom drama. "It's a clean deal, Edward," he says, smirking. "But I've got a Torino contact who'd love to dig into Anna's past if you don't play ball." His arrogance makes my fists clench him, and his $2 million gambling debts, thinking he can scare me with the same mob Anna outsmarted. I'm sweating under the wire taped to my chest, but I keep my cool, gripping Anna's chess king in my pocket. I lean back, forcing a nod. $5 million's a lot to stay quiet, I say, my voice steady, despite the nerves making my stomach churn. Vanessa's eyes light up, thinking she's won, but I see her desperation. She's terrified of Kyle's debts blowing up their perfect life. "It's for Ellie and Max." "Dad," she adds, throwing my grandkids in my face again, like a knife to the heart. Did I spoil her too much? Let her think she could manipulate everyone? Guilt's there, but it's drowned out by fury. They're sitting in my house, Anna's rose garden, out back, acting like they've outplayed me. I slide Anna's USB from my pocket, plug it into the laptop on the coffee table, and hit play. Anna's face fills the screen. Her voice calm, but cutting. Edward Vanessa's greed showed her true colors. I saw it coming. "My work was dangerous, but you're stronger than she knows. Trust yourself." Vanessa's face crumples, her fake tears turning real, and Kyle's smirk vanishes. Anna's words break her. She's caught exposed, and I'm the one holding the cards. Before they can recover, the front door bursts open. Laura Carter storms in, with FBI agents, badges flashing. Vanessa Sullivan and Kyle Hayes. "You're under arrest for fraud, elder abuse, and witness intimidation," Laura says, voice like steel. Vanessa screams, "You ruined us!" "Dad," and I snap back, "you ruined us first." Kyle's reaching for his briefcase, but an agent snatches it, pulling out papers that scream guilt. Laura leans in low. "Your Torino contact's being raided right now, thanks to our surveillance." My heart's still racing, but satisfaction surges through me like a damn tidal wave. Vanessa's sobbing, Kyle's pale as a ghost, and I'm standing tall in my own house, Anna's chess king in my hand. I'm not the washed-up old man they thought. I'm the guy who just landed checkmate. I'm watching them get cuffed. Vanessa's mascara, streaking Kyle muttering about lawyers, and I'm wondering, will they face the full weight of this? Will the Torino raid stick? I'm no hero, just a 67-year-old who loved his family. But Anna's voice, Clara's grit, Laura's plan. They got me here. Vanessa thought she could bury me, but she's the one in handcuffs now. If you're cheering this justice or hating Vanessa's guts as much as I do, smash that like button, share this with someone who's fought back against a bully, and subscribe to see what happens next. I'm Edward Harper, and I just took my life back. Hey friend, it's Edward Harper, 67, and I'm standing in my own house again. The one Vanessa and Kyle tried to rip out from under me with their forged will and lies about me being some senile old coot. I just pulled off the sting of a lifetime wearing a wire to trap them, playing Anna's USB that exposed their greed, and watching the FBI haul them off for fraud, elder abuse, and intimidation. Anna, my late wife, was an FBI informant taking down the Torino crime family, and her chess king's been my anchor through this mess. Clara, my buddy from the Sunset Inn, kept telling me, "I've got grit, and damn if I don't feel it now. I'm back home rebuilding my life, and let me tell you, it's like coming up for air after being underwater too long. I walk through my front door, the oak staircase Anna loved gleaming in the sunlight, and it hits me. This is mine again. Vanessa's designer junk is everywhere, her fancy pillows and overpriced art cluttering my space. I grab some trash bags and start packing it all up, every scarf and knick-knack she thought she'd claim. It's not just about cleaning house. It's about taking back what's mine, erasing the mark she left. I haul those bags to the porch, picturing her face when she sees them, and it feels good, like I'm shedding the weight of her betrayal. But it's not enough to just kick her out. I head to Anna's study, that room where I found her safe, and decide it's time to make it my own. I rip out her old desk, set up my woodworking tools, saws, sanders, the works, and start carving a chessboard, each cut feeling like a promise to Anna. This ain't her space anymore. It's mine, and I'm building something new. I'm sanding the chessboard when Laura Carter calls, her voice all business but warm. "Edward, the $33 million is yours, clean and legal," she says. Anna's work with the FBI made sure of that. And the Torino associate Kyle was cozy with, "He's in custody thanks to our surveillance. You're safe." Safe. That word lands like a deep breath. No more looking over my shoulder for Kyle's creepy PI or Torino goons. I'm standing in my house, Anna's rose garden blooming outside, and for the first time in months, I feel peace. But it's more than that. Joy's creeping in like sunlight through a cracked window. I'm not just a 67-year-old guy who got kicked out. I'm the guy who fought back and won. Vanessa thought I was past my prime, but Anna knew better, and her chess king in my pocket's proof. Still, there's this nagging thought: did I dismiss others the way Vanessa dismissed me? I think back to the early days, brushing off colleagues who struggled too focused on my firm to care. That guilt's real, and it's pushing me to do something bigger. I'm sitting at my new workbench, sketching plans for the Edward Harper Foundation, pouring $15 million into fighting elder abuse. It's not just about me. It's for every old guy or gal told they're done like Clara, who got burned by her own son. I want to make sure nobody else gets railroaded like I did. It's redemption, I guess, for the times I looked the other way. Anna's voice from that USB "Trust Your Instincts" is ringing in my ears, and I'm trusting mine now, building a legacy that's more than money. I'm looking at this half-finished chessboard, wondering how I'll shape this new chapter. What's next for a guy who's been through the ringer but came out swinging? I'm not sure, but I'm damn excited to find out. Vanessa and Kyle are facing the music, and I'm standing in my home, carving my future. If you're feeling the rush of this comeback or inspired by taking back what's yours, hit that like button, share this with someone who's fought their way up, and subscribe to see where this road leads. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm not just reclaiming my space, I'm rewriting my story. Hey friend, it's Edward Harper, 67, and I'm finally standing tall in my own house, the one Vanessa and Kyle tried to steal with their forged will and lies about me being some senile old coot. I turned the tables wearing a wire to nail them for fraud, elder abuse, and intimidation, with Anna's USB exposing their greed and her secret life as an FBI informant against the Torino crime family. I've got my $33 million and my home back, and I'm carving a chessboard in Anna's old study, making it mine. Clara, my motel buddy, kept me grounded with her grit, but now I'm stepping into something bigger, going public with my story. Vanessa's still trying to pull strings from behind bars, but I'm done letting her mess with my head. This is about building something new for me and my grandkids. And let me tell you, it feels like I'm finally playing my own game. I'm in my living room, sunlight streaming through the windows, when Emily Reed from Channel 7 calls again. She first reached out when Vanessa's lies were piling up, and now she's all in. "Edward, your story's blowing up," she says, voice buzzing. "Elder abuse fraud. A mob connection, people need to hear it. I agreed to a TV interview, and holy cow, it's like lighting a match. I sit in the studio, Anna's chess king in my pocket, and tell it all. Vanessa's past your prime sneer, the forged will, the Torino threats. The audience goes wild, calls flooding in from folks my age who've been screwed over by family, pushed aside like they're invisible. It sparks a movement, with groups pushing for tougher elder protection laws. Then Netflix comes knocking, offering a documentary deal, The King's Checkmate. They're calling it with proceeds going to my foundation. I'm floored, proud as hell, but it's bittersweet. I'm not just a 67-year-old guy, Usam, who got his house back. I'm a voice for people like me, and it feels damn good. But then, Vanessa's letter arrives, postmarked from federal lockup. I'm sitting at my workbench, sanding that chessboard when I open it. Her handwriting's shaky, but her words are pure manipulation. "Dad, I was protecting you from Anna's mess. I made mistakes, but I'm your daughter. Let me see Ellie and Max." My heart twists. Ellie and Max, my grandkids, the ones I took to ball games. She's still using them, even from a jail cell, thinking she can guilt me into forgiveness. I'm pissed, but there's pain too raw and heavy. Did I fail her, giving her everything until she thought she could take it all? I stare at Anna's locket, remembering her USB. Vanessa's greed showed her true colors. I don't respond. Peace is my priority now, not her games. Vanessa's not sorry, she's scared, trying to claw her way out, and I'm done falling for it. I'm thinking about Ellie and Max, how I'll guide them when they're older, show them what integrity looks like, not Vanessa's greed. They're with their aunt now, safe from her lies. But I want them to grow up knowing their pops fought for what's right. I'm sketching out plans for the Edward Harper Foundation, pouring $15 million into legal aid for seniors, inspired by my own screw-ups, times I brushed off others' struggles, too busy building my firm. This is my redemption, making sure no one else gets railroaded like I did, or like Clara, who got burned by her son. I'm proud, but it's a quiet pride mixed with the ache of losing Vanessa. She was my little girl once, but she chose her path, and I'm choosing mine. I'm wondering how far this advocacy will go. Can it really change lives? Give folks like me a voice. I'm holding that chessboard almost done, and it feels like Anna's still here pushing me to play smart. If you're inspired by this fight, or mad as hell at Vanessa's tricks, hit that like button, share this with someone who's been counted out, but kept going, and subscribe to see where this road leads. I'm Edward Harper, and I'm not just a survivor, I'm rewriting my legacy. Hey, friend. It's Edward Harper, 67, and I'm finally home, not just in my house, but in my life. Vanessa and Kyle, my daughter and her sleazeball husband, tried to bury me with a forged will, stealing my $33 million legacy, calling me a senile old coot, and dragging my grandkids into their mess. I fought back, wearing a wire to nail them for fraud, exposing their greed with Anna's USB, and learning she was an FBI informant who outsmarted the Torino crime family. I've reclaimed my home, started a foundation with $15 million, and gone public with my story sparking a movement. Clara, my motel buddy, was there through it all, telling me I've got grit. Now I'm standing tall, carving my future, and let me tell you, it feels like I've landed the checkmate Anna always knew I could. I'm in my renovated kitchen, sunlight pouring through new windows that actually open right, and I've got Clara over for coffee. My chessboard, the one I carved in Anna's old study, sits on the table, polished wood, gleaming like a promise kept. Clara's in her 60s, tough as nails, burned by her own son, so she gets what it means to start over. I hand her the chessboard, a gift for having my back when I was at my lowest, stuck in that crummy Sunset Inn. "Edward, this is beautiful," she says, her voice cracking just a bit. "You didn't just fight, you won." I grin, feeling a warmth I haven't in years. This isn't just a gift. It's a bond proof I've got real family now, not just DNA. Clara's eyes meet mine, and we both know what it's like to be kicked down and get back up. It's not about blood. It's about who's there when the chips are down. Word comes from Laura Carter, the FBI agent who helped me pull off the sting. Vanessa and Kyle are serving 18-month federal sentences, their reputations shot to hell. Vanessa's Wall Street Princess act is done, and Kyle's slick banker game toast. They're paying for the forged will. The lies about my sanity, the Torino threats, all of it. I'm sipping coffee with Clara Anna's locket around my neck, and I say, "They thought I was a pawn, Clara." They didn't see the checkmate coming. She laughs, raising her mug like a toast. I'm not gloating. Okay, maybe a little, but it's more about peace than revenge. Vanessa's letter from prison begging to see Ellie and Max sits unopened in a drawer. She claimed she was protecting me, but I'm done with her lies. She chose greed over family, and I'm choosing my peace over her guilt trips. I'm thinking about Ellie and Max, my grandkids, safe with their aunt now. I'll be there for them, teaching them what I didn't teach Vanessa. Honesty, grit, not chasing money at all costs. That Edward Harper Foundation, it's rolling funding legal aid for folks my age who've been screwed over just like Clara and me. I'm making up for the times I was too busy building my firm to see others' struggles. It's redemption, sure, but it's also purpose, something I thought I'd lost when Vanessa called me past my prime. Anna's chess king sits on my workbench, a reminder of her faith in me. "A pawn can checkmate," she said, and damn if I didn't prove her right. I'm not the guy who got kicked out of his house anymore. I'm the guy who built a new life from the ashes. I'm carving a new piece in my woodworking shop, sunlight streaming in, and I'm wondering what's next. How far can this foundation go? What's the next chapter for a 67-year-old who's been through the ringer and come out stronger? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Voiceover. I lost a daughter, but I found my strength. This is my game now, my rules. Final shot. I'm sanding wood, the chessboard nearby, sunlight painting the room gold. If you're inspired by this comeback, or cheering for anyone who's turned the tables, hit that like button, share this with someone who's fought their way back, and subscribe to see what's next. I'm Edward Harper, and this is my victory checkmate.